gentlemen, and welcome to the Sectional 54 pregame show, presented to you by CHS 247. Tonight we'll hear from the commissioner and a few mental attitude student-athlete winners from around the state. First up on the pregame show, we will hear from IHSAA Commissioner Bobby Cox.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. And Bobby, congratulations to you, the staff, and everybody involved with the Pacers and the Fever. A fantastic day of basketball last Saturday at Bankers Life Fieldhouse for the 45th annual IHSAA Girls State Finals. It was a fun day, and some tremendous basketball was certainly played.
Thank you, Bob. We really did have a great day, and want to congratulate Lagodi, Linton, Stockton, Northwood, and Lawrence North for the championships. And again, extend our thanks to the Indiana Fever, the Indiana Pacers, and Bankers Life Fieldhouse for the great partnership we have with them. Tremendous atmosphere for our young ladies to play in. Great crowds, a lot of energy in the building, and a nice way to wrap up the girls' basketball season.
And you had bookends with really dramatic finishes in the 1A and 4A games, in between two well-played games. Lots of records were established on Saturday, some really interesting things were done, and I think more importantly, it was all fun. Games were well played. I think our kids and fans and everyone involved had a great day and behaved themselves like you'd ask them to do that.
Well, I think that's the key. I thought that there was great energy in the building, but great sportsmanship as well. And, you know, we talk about this a lot. High school sports are emotional, and when you get in a state championship event, sometimes your emotions can get the best of you. And you mentioned it. There were some really tight ball games, last possession games. And, you know, your emotions can run away from you. But I thought everybody handled themselves very well. And just a really good way to wrap up the girls' basketball season.
All right, we wrap that up, and then we immediately jump into boys' basketball. First round, obviously, this Tuesday and Wednesday, but Friday night, there will be some great – I always love semifinal Friday night almost as much as I like championship Saturday.
Yeah, it's a great night of basketball on Friday. You know, we start this tournament with 402 schools, and by that Friday night, we're only going to have 256 of them left. So, you know, nearly half the field is eliminated by the time we get to Friday. And then by the time Saturday night is over, there's only 64 sectional champions left. So the vast majority of our schools will be eliminated after the sectional. It's a intense and emotional packed week of basketball. Our sites are ready. We think we're going to have tremendous crowds at these games. We're hearing about some sellouts already at some of our sites, and we haven't even started. I mean, we're just getting started. So I think it's going to be one of those really good tournaments for us.
We think so, too, and we're excited and encourage people to get out, watch some ball, have some fun. It's not just basketball championships this weekend. We are moving on with gymnastics.
Yes, the gymnastics tournament moves on at the regional level. There are 3 sites statewide, and then they will meet at Ball State University next Saturday on March the 14th to contest the state championships in gymnastics. So the winter season keeps chugging right along.
It really does, and you know what? You look around, the week has been nice in terms of weather. Our spring sports are going to be starting before we know it.
They will be starting before we know it, and I hope that the weather gods don't get confused because, you know, typically we always have snow during the boys' basketball sectional week, but I think since we moved our calendar, we fooled the weather gods, and we didn't get any snow this week. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope that we have dry roads and folks can get out and go to our tournaments all week and all the way through the tournament.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. This is our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. Commissioner, have fun at the sectionals and the gymnastics championships, and we will talk to each other next week. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
Next up, we have an interview with our first mental attitude winner this week, Jacob Maldonado. Jacob is a wrestler from Merrillville.
It's time for Beyond the Uniform, where we shine light on this week's IHSAA Mental Attitude Award winner. This student athlete has done an exceptional job demonstrating excellence, not just in their sport, but also in their school and their community. Now here's Coach Bob Lovell with this week's IHSAA Mental Attitude Award winner.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Bob Lovell. It's always my great pleasure to talk about the Mental Attitude Award winners around our state. And I am thrilled to be talking to Jacob Maldonado from Merrillville High School, the Mental Attitude Award winner for wrestling that just wrapped up this past weekend in Indianapolis. Jacob, thank you so much for taking time to be with me. Congratulations on this great honor. Congratulations on a fantastic career at Merrillville High School.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
You are a busy man. So when did you get bitten by the wrestling bug? How long have you done this?
Well, as many people know, my dad's the head wrestling coach here, so I've kind of been around the sport ever since I could remember. And I've probably been competing in local tournaments since I was about 8 or 9.
That long. Of course, it is part of the family, and as you've grown up with it, you've seen guys go to the state finals, have you not? And I have to believe that as a little kid, you're dreaming of yourself being out there in that spotlight stage in front of thousands of people for the wrestling championship. At what age do you remember those types of memories?
You know what? I can remember going to the state finals for as many years as I don't even know how many years, but I started probably paying attention and paying attention to our team probably around 9 or 10, and that's kind of when I started watching consistently every match, and especially down at the state tournament, really kind of visualizing myself hopefully being down there in the years to come.
I'm curious, I mean, when the event is over, did you know you had been nominated for the Mental Attitude Award?
So I knew I had been nominated by my school and by our athletic directors, which was an honor in itself. But I didn't know I actually won the award until at the end of the state finals, the finals matches. So it was even towards the latter heavier weights is when I found out. So it was a pretty big surprise for me.
But still, when your name gets called, that's almost a surrealistic experience, is it not?
For sure, especially in front of all those people.
Well, you'd be able to share that with your mom and your dad, your family, your teammates. That's a fantastic honor. And you've been one of those kinds of guys, though, at Merrillville High School. I mean, let's be honest. Looking at all the things you do, you're a part of the Athletic Council, Honor Society, Key Club, Freshman Mentor, Environmental Club, Spanish Club, Wrestling Club, volunteer coach, volunteer at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Griffith, stable help at Exceptional Equestrians Unlimited, senior academic all-state team in wrestling. You've participated in soccer. You've been the team captain for 2 years. How in the world do you balance all these things you do and do so well? How do you find time to do them?
You know what? I kind of get asked that a lot. And it's just, I enjoy doing it all. I don't know what I would do with my time even if I had the time. It's kind of crazy. I go from one thing to the next thing to the next, and it almost feels like it never stops, but it's kind of what I enjoy doing, and it's kind of what drives me to do everything.
Yeah, it's that whole time management situation, but you know what? The opportunity, and I think it's somewhat rare nowadays, you're a two-sport participant in two sports that overlap one another, and how you're able to balance your time to be so good in wrestling and in soccer, I think is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely takes a lot of extra time, and going to both sports at once sometimes, or in the off season. Maybe it's the in season for one sport, but you're still trying to improve your skills in the other sport. So it does take a lot of time, but like I said, it's really what I enjoy.
You're headed to Wabash College to major in accounting, minor in Spanish, and film and digital media. What made you gravitate toward the area of accounting as a possible major?
You know what? Coming in as a freshman, sophomore, our school offers actually quite a few different types of classes that kind of pertain to different career paths. So I first thought that I was going to go into something in terms of health and science, but after a few classes that I took my freshman, sophomore year, I realized it's not really what I enjoyed, and I think it was end of my sophomore year, beginning of my junior year when I took an intro to accounting class, and I really enjoyed it. Everything just kind of came easy to me, and it's a class that maybe other people might find boring or tedious, but I really enjoyed it, and I don't know, it's kind of I seen myself being able to do it maybe or as a career, so that's kind of where I took the second part of the class, and that's where I'm at now.
Jacob Maldonado, this year's Ward E. Brown Mental Attitude Award winner from wrestling from Merrillville High School. Jacob, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations again on this great honor, and best of luck. I have no doubt that you'll do, in fact, very, very good things with the rest of your life. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you again.
Now we have an interview with the Swimming Mental Attitude Award winner, Elizabeth Broshears from Evansville Memorial.
It's time for Beyond the Uniform, where we shine light on this week's IHSAA Mental Attitude Award winner. This student athlete has done an exceptional job demonstrating excellence, not just in their sport, but also in their school and their community. Now here's Coach Bob Lovell with this week's IHSAA Mental Attitude Award winner.
Welcome back, everybody. Again, my honor. It's always my honor this time of year to talk to Mental Attitude Award winners from our winter sports. And we're thrilled to be joined by Elizabeth Broshears from Memorial High School in Evansville. She is the winner of the 2020 Mental Attitude Award for swimming. Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations on this great honor. Congratulations to you and your team on a great day at the Girls' Championships.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, when did you get started in the pool? Take me back to when you were a little girl and what it was about swimming that appealed to you so much.
Yeah, so my mom swam in college. She swam for the University of Evansville, and so my parents were very adamant from a young age that I know how to swim and know how to protect myself around the water first and foremost, just water safety. But I took some lessons when I was younger, and I wasn't really keen on the idea at first. I was a little bit afraid of the water, but I started swimming summer league, and then when I was in 4th grade, I started swimming year-round. And so ever since then, swimming has just been a huge part of my life, and I look forward to continuing it for as long as possible.
I can tell that it is a family thing, and you have qualified for 4 consecutive state championships. But this year you come in seeded number 2 in the 50 free, 1st in the butterfly, 7th in the free relay, 14th in the medley relay. So you were expecting to do well, were you not?
Yes, that was definitely the plan. You know, the team had our goals set pretty high after how we placed last year as a team. And so we went in, you know, looking not only at the team goals, but also I had my own individual goals as well. And for the past 4 years, winning a state has definitely been the highest individual goal for high school swimming that I've had.
Well, you did it. First in the 50 freestyle. What was that like when you hit the tape there at the end?
Yeah, I think it was just a moment of not only just shock, because, you know, the 50 is a really close race, but before I even saw my time on the board and before I even knew that I won, I got to turn around and see my family and the families of my teammates and some of my teammates and their faces and their reactions. And I think that was probably my favorite part of the whole experience, was knowing that not only did I feel that all my hard work in the last 4 years had paid off, but I got to see that, you know, these people that have been supporting me for the last 4 years also got a little bit of the experience as well. They got to share in that with me, and so that was really important.
4th in the butterfly, 15th in the medley relay, 9th in the ninth in the other relay you guys were in. That's a great day for you. And then to hear your name called as the Mental Attitude Award winner must have just been literally capping a fantastic day for you, your teammates, and your family. Elizabeth Broshears from Evansville Wrights Memorial, the 2020 Girls Swimming Mental Attitude Award winner. You're number 2 in your class. Congratulations. You're involved in Key Club, Student Council, Academic Super Bowl, National Honor Society, Chaplain Office and Student Council, active in the Challenger League and Special Olympics. You volunteer for Special Olympics and their programs. They're a National Merit Scholar, a Lilly Foundation scholarship recipient, only one of 3 in Vandenberg County. As you mentioned, you're involved heavily in swimming. I'm just curious, where do you find the time to do all of these things? It's obvious that whatever you do well. But where do you find the time to squeeze all this in?
I think it takes a village, and I've always had so much support behind me. Even, when I couldn't drive myself places, my parents were always making sure that I got there on time. And from a young age, I think that my parents have really instilled in me that it's important to, if you're going to do something, you need to do it well, and you need to do it to the best of your ability. And so I've always tried to do that from a young age, but now I have 4 younger siblings looking up to me, and so I want to make sure that everything that I do not only inspires them, but can inspire the people around me as well. And so that includes putting forth your best effort in everything that you do. So it's not really a matter of, do I have time for this? It's, I want to make time for this and make sure that I'm doing it the way that I see fit.
Headed to IU to swim down there. You're going to major in biochemistry and chemistry. Pre-med, hoping to get into family medicine. I cannot believe that you will not do well because of all the things you've done to this point, Elizabeth. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Once again, Elizabeth Broshier, the Mental Attitude Award winner for swimming this year from Evansville Memorial High School. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining our pregame show. Now on to the main event.
Game day. Game day.
Game day.
Game day.
It's game day. Game day.
Game day. Game day. Game day. It's game day.
It's game day!
It's game day.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Sectional championship between the Clinton Trojans and the Clinton Central Bulldogs. I apologize for not being present last night. I hope my coverage did well, but tonight's going to be an exciting matchup, hopefully. I'm excited to see everything's going on. Central Catholic, number 11. Shoot and Cleveland will be going off for the tip. Tip is up. Trojans will have first possession here. Puck off brings up Hoffman.
sorry, we're currently having some technical difficulties.
Peyton Moore looks to penetrate, gives it off to number 20. Carfault will bring it up for the Trojans. Passes midcourt. Dishes it off to Keller on the right wing. Keller gives it into Elmore on the right elbow. Elmore thinks about the jump shot, gets it over to Brown. Brown will take the three from the corner, puts it up, and puts it in. That puts the Trojans up 7-0 in the first 2 minutes of this game. Trojans taking a commanding lead, not looking to slow down.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Lack of offense production for the Bulldogs has resulted in a 7-0 Trojan lead early in this first quarter.
Looked like a
back
backcourt.
over the backcourt. Wow, that's just a missed call by the referee there. Peyton Moore has it at the top of the key for the Bulldogs. He looks penetrate, gives it off to number 5, Ross Kripe. Over to number 12, Drew Hostetter. And that'll be out on the Bulldogs. Trojans regain possession. Elmore to inbound it. Gets it into Carfault.
Carfault will bring it up. Passes over to Elmore. Hands it off to Keller. Keller in the corner to Brown. Air ball. Rebounded by Elmore. Elmore puts it back up for 2. Moore brings it up for the Bulldogs. Sit over to Kripe. Over to Ackard. Shoop.
Trojans giving absolutely nothing to the Bulldogs.
Hostetter in the corner, tries to pass it down low to Shoot, but it's deflected out of bounds by Elmore.
Jacob Shoop gets it into, and Hostetter will take the three, and it's off the back of the rim. And the ball is going to be
Trojan possession.
Shoop will pass it in for the Bulldogs. He'll get it into number 20, Jack Ackard. And that's quite the off arm by Ackard.
Possible offensive foul there on Ackard, but no call. Hosteter's going to hit for 3.
And there are the first points of the game for the Bulldogs. Drew Hostetter puts up the 3 and puts it in. Brown thinks about the 3 himself and passes it over to Carfault at the top of the key. Trojans must maintain the intensity they've proven to show in this first quarter. Elmore gets it over to Keller. Keller dishes it off to Elmore. Stolen by Ackard. Number 5, Ross Kripe brings it up for the Bulldogs. He thinks about the Marius jumper.
Ackard's going to step out of bounds here, giving the Trojans another attempt at offensive possession. It's another Bulldog turnover. Carfault will bring it up for the Trojans. Over to Keller. Keller back to Elmore. Down low to Pinkerton. Pinkerton uses a sweet move down low and gets the easy 2-point layup.
What a move by Pinkerton. Such a graceful player. Knows how to control his body.
Shoot passes it into Moore. Hostetter will take a 3, and he hits.
Hossiter with the hot hand earlier on cuts this Trojan lead down to 5. 3.5 minutes left in the first. Trojans 11, Bulldogs 6.
All 6 are the Bulldogs points. Brown will put up a 3, no good. Rebounded by Ackard. Moore will bring it up. Moore crosses left, hands it off to Kripe. Kripe defended by Elmore and Brown. Pressured. Pinkerton is going to get the steal. And that's going to be a foul on Moore. Moore seemed a little upset that he lost the ball there to Pinkerton.
Nice defensive pressure by the Trojans.
Pickard's going to check in the game for Shoup. Yes, Pickard checks in the game for Shoup.
It's good to see the Trojans demonstrate a sense of urgency early on in this game instead of playing relaxed almost, and when they don't. And spin move by Carfall, pretty move, puts it up off the front of the rim, fails to convert. And number 3, Peyton Moore, brings it up for the Bulldogs, gets it over to Kripe.
Moore hands it off to Hossiter.
Elmore nearly steals it, gives it over to Peyton Moore. He puts it up and he puts it in. Cutting this lead down to 2 for the Trojans. Such a pathway, my mistake.
Still got his mind in game 1 of the sectional, I suppose. Carfall over to Brown. Brown down low to Elmore. And that's going to be a foul on Ackard.
Hard foul from Ackard. Necessary one.
A little bit of talk there from Ackard to Caleb. To Elmore, I apologize.
Ackard's proven early he wants to get in the head of Elmore, knowing he's one of the better players on this Trojan squad.
And I have to say, that is not an easy thing to do. Elmore's first attempt is good. Shoup checks in the game for Ackard. Elmore's second attempt is up, and it's good. Shoup inbounds it to Moore, who will bring it up. Moore hands it off to Hossiter. Hands it back to Moore. Moore crosses left. Tries to put up a tough layup, but it's going to be no good. Rebounded by Waddell. Trojans look to push. Keller down low to Pinkerton. Pinkerton with a good move. Puts up the layup.
By Pinkerton. Another great demonstration of the body control that he possesses. And how about Waddell coming in early once again for the Trojans off that solid performance he had on Tuesday. Ballard's really counted on him to produce for this team.
And we've said it a number of times, Pinkerton is easily the best finisher on this Trojans basketball team. It is tough to stop him down low when he's fighting to get a layup.
His body control through contact, unparalleled.
Hossiter passes it into Moore. Pickard, he's going to be blocked by Waddell, it appears, who gets the rebound.
How about Waddell contesting that shot masterfully?
Keller in the
gives
corner.
Waddell, he's bumped, puts it up, nearly puts it in. Ross Kripe simply just trying to get in the way of Waddell. Huge height.
Herzog's going to check in the game here for Elmore.
Manages to get Waddell to miss the shot. Carfall will inbound for the Trojans. Gets it into Waddell in the right corner, swings it over to Keller, gets it over to Beaver on the left wing. What a pass into Herzog, puts it up, and a strong move by Herzog. Logan Herzog has came up strong the last 2 games, really putting some good minutes in for the Trojans. Solid offense production by one of the Trojans' big men. That puts the Trojans up 17-9, a minute to go in this first quarter.
And we're seeing Ballard do something now that he hasn't done all season. Sent by Waddell, my goodness. If he thinks it's going to be that easy to put a shot like that up over Waddell, he is wrong.
I think that calls for a player comparison, man. Is that Savion Waddell, or is it Hakeem Olajuwon? Man, I really cannot tell the difference.
I don't know. I'd like to compare him to more of a KD, Giannis type. He's got that similar build. Doesn't shoot as well as KD. Probably more of a Giannis type player to me. Maybe not as,
I'm just waiting.
Not overpowering on
waiting for the
offense.
finger wag, and stolen by Carfault, but they will get a foul down on him real quick, trying to prevent that fast break layup. 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. The Bulldogs have managed to hang in there, keeping this lead under double digits.
But back to what I was saying about Ballard, he has now put in Logan Herzog, Trey Beaver, and Alex Rogers. All three of these players are usually late, late game players.
Especially Alex Rogers.
You don't see him very early.
Hardly ever.
It's good to see him come in the game a little bit earlier, especially in such a big game like the sectional championship. But
the only starter on the floor at the moment is Alan Carfault, a sophomore for the Trojans. And a hard foul on number 10, Kyle Pickard of the Bulldogs. Waddell will go to the line for 2. Strong take by Waddell.
Waddell has been a shaky free throw shooter this year for the Trojans. Puts up his first. It's going to be no good off the back of the rim. As this I almost said Central Catholic myself, this Clinton Central student section is heckling Waddell here at the free throw line.
Quite the hecklers.
And he makes a second. At the end of one, the Trojans lead the Bulldogs 18-9. What's your take on the first quarter, Hammer?
Solid first quarter for the Trojans. They're producing well on offense, and their defense has come up on a couple huge blocks and really nice steals, and Bulldogs have just managed to hang in there. The Bulldogs have put together a couple of nice offensive possessions, putting the 3-ball in, and unable to drive on the Trojans, cannot penetrate that interior defense. No, it was all in all, it was a well-played first quarter by both teams, and I think this turned out to be a well-played game. Trojans just must not relent, have to keep their poise, have to continue to play with a sense of urgency, as they must for the rest of this tournament.
Cripe brings it up for the Bulldogs. Over to number 4, Allen. It's going to be a steal on a lazy pass from Allen. Brown misses the layup, but it's going to be rebounded and put back up by Elmore.
I'm not sure what happened for Brown on that one. He still seems surprised on it, playing defense on this other end, but that was just, I'm not sure. I mean, luckily it was cleaned up by Waddell. Central Catholic responds on the other end, keeps their team within 9.
Did you just say Central Catholic again? I believe you did. Man, you really need to get your head in the right spot. Did really missing that second game really throw you off that much, bud?
It did. I have no excuse. That was the second time. It's the last time. It will not happen again. I apologize.
I sure hope so.
Clinton Central. All right, we're good.
Correct.
We're good.
Carfault brings it up for the Trojans. Hands it off to Keller. Keller to Pinkerton. Pinkerton looks to drive, gets it to Brown in the corner for 3. No good. Rebounded by Ackard. Ackard hands it off to Allen, who will bring it up for the Bulldogs.
Allen swings it over to Cripe. Hostetter gives it back to Cripe. Cripe on the left wing. Hounded by Carfault and Brown. Ackard in the post. Kripe gives it over to number 10, Kyle Pickard. He will miss off the back of the rim, and Keller will bring it up for the Trojans. Looks to push, gets it over to Pinkerton. Pinkerton wants to take the baseline. Will gets it over to Brown. Brown won't take the three, and Keller has it on the left wing. He'll drive back over to Pinkerton. Pinkerton takes about the three. And Brown will set up at the top of the key for the Trojans. Nice transition defense for the Bulldogs. And Elmore will drive. He'll put it up, and he'll put it in. And that will be an offensive foul on Elmore. Nice defensive play for the Bulldogs. And it was a very impressive finish by Elmore, but defensive paid off for the Bulldogs. That could have shifted momentum way towards the Trojan side, but it's a timely defensive play.
Allen brings it up, gets it over to Kripe. Kripe tries to take it left side. Not a very strong left hand, as you can see. Allen uses some wacky dribbling moves. Gets it over to Pickard, who will throw it off Elmore's knee out of bounds. Be Bulldog possession. Kripe puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Pinkerton. And Pinkerton will look to push for the Trojans.
Pushes it. Crosses over to the left. What a move by Pinkerton. And all of a sudden he's on the floor. We're going to have a foul on number 10, Kyle Pickard of the Bulldogs.
Shoop's going to check in the game as he comes in for Pickard, who now has 2 fouls. Brown gets it into Elmore. Brown will take a 3, and he hits.
Brown puts the 3 in to potentially get himself back in the swing. Found himself in a rough patch early in the second quarter. And that is the first double-digit lead for the Trojans. 23-11 with 5.5 left in this first half.
What was that? I'm sorry. I was too focused on the game.
Oh, you're sitting over here looking like you have something to say.
Oh, no.
Carfault at the top of the key, brings it back to reset, crosses over to his left, drives, splits the D, and people on the floor everywhere.
Keller for 3. Long.
Back to the rim. What a rebound by Elmore, but that's an over the back.
Caleb will be pulled from the game now. That's his second foul. It seems as if Waddell's going to check in the game for Elmore. Something we have not seen so far in this sectional is Caleb Elmore come out of the game early for fouls.
And Allen was just absolutely swallowed by Elmore on that one.
Yes. Quite the size difference.
Allen gets it over to Ackard. Ackard swings it over to Shoop. Shoop wants to drive. Hosteper takes the 3 from the left wing, puts it up off the right side of the rim. And Pinkerton will slow it down for the Trojans. Gets it on the left wing. He will try to take the baseline. Gets it back over to Keller. Keller gives it to Brown. Brown thinks about the 3. Dishes it over to Carfault. Carfault in the right corner. And Trojans reset. Waddell has it in the left corner. Wants to drive. Back to Pinkerton. Pinkerton drives. Gives it to Waddell. Waddell doesn't take the 3. Puts it up. And a pretty drive by Waddell. Knowing his strengths, his poise in the paint, and he demonstrates it.
He's more than capable to take it to the basket like that on many possessions. And it's a good thing that he's showing that here in the sectional championship.
And although he hardly takes it, he does have a 3-point shot that he might just use later in this game. That puts the Trojans up 14. About 3 minutes, 45 seconds left. And
foul on Ackard.
Foul on Ackard.
A little bit of chit-chat there between Brown and Ackard.
Brown with quite the stare down. Ackard refusing to look back. And he just shoved Brown to the ground there. You can't be doing that.
No, you cannot.
And an early bonus for the Trojans. Brown will go to the line for a 1-on-1. First attempt by Brown is up, and it's good. Unfazed.
Completely unfazed. This Clinton Central student section is really getting after Brown here.
That puts the Trojans up 15. Second attempt, also good. Trojans go up 16, 27-11. 3:45 left in the half.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Shoot passes it into Allen. Defended by Carfault.
We got some vulgarity on the Bulldog side. I apologize if that was heard. Shoop will take the three from the right corner, puts it up off the front of the rim. Rebound by Waddell. Brown will bring it up for the Trojans. Dishes over to Keller. Keller wants to get in the post. He'll take it himself. And tough pass by Keller, nearly stolen by Shoop, but it's out on the Bulldogs. Brown to inbound it for Trojans. Gets it over to Carfault. Carfault swings it over to Waddell, top of the key. And Brown will have it in the right corner. He puts it up, and he puts it in. Absolutely effortless. Puts the Trojans up 19. 30-11 with 3 minutes left in this half. Now, Trojans starting to pull away here. Let's see how the Bulldogs respond.
Hofstadter hands it back to Kripe. Kripe down. Allen looks to drive, kicks it back out to Kripe. Kripe hands it off to Allen.
Brown with wonderful defensive recovery on Allen. Trojans giving up nothing, absolutely nothing, and it is stolen by Brown. What defense by the Trojans. Keller has it on the right wing, left wing, my mistake. And Brown will take the three as a heat check, puts it up, and he puts it in. He's fired up. He's found his stroke, and I don't think it's going away anytime soon. That puts the Trojans up 22.
The negativity fuels them, I suppose.
Blowing this game open, stolen by Carfault. Brown puts it up, and he'll convert this time on the fastback layup.
And that's going to force Clinton Central to take a full timeout here, as that student section looks awful quiet.
No reason to be loud.
They're the three most sacred words a basketball fan can utter.
I was there.
Like tonight, the biggest crowd in high school basketball history traveled from every corner of the state just to see a baller named Damon Bailey.
And there is Damon Bailey now.
I was there.
And he is an honest-to-goodness folk hero.
When it's state tournament time here in Indiana, and they torch the nets and rain down threes from the rafters, it's so much more than a game. It's a rush. It's a thrill. It's the memory of a lifetime. But only if you're there. The IHSAA Boys Basketball Tournament. When the whistle blows, the drama unfolds, and we're reminded just how big a high school athlete's heart can be. Where will you?
I'll be there.
The IHSAA Boys Basketball Tournament. Regionals take place all day Saturday in 16 Indiana high school gyms. The IHSAA Boys and Girls Basketball Tournaments are presented by the Indiana Pacers and the Indiana Fever.
About a minute 54 left in this first half. And it will be Price passing it into Coda Allen of the Bulldogs. He will bring it up past half court, guarded by Brown. Gets it into Shoop. Shoop dishes it off to Price.
Moore hits
puts
the
up
three.
3, and he'll put it in, cutting the lead down to 21. Nice dump off pass to Herzog. That'll be a travel on Herzog. Doesn't seem to agree, but scooted that foot. Allen brings it up past half court for the Bulldogs. Gives it over to Price. Price dishes it off to Peyton Moore. Gives it to Allen. Allen throws it over to, and Price will take the 3 from the right wing. He puts it off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Brown. Brown will take it up past half court, slows it down. Waddell gives it back to Brown. Brown takes the 3 off the front of the rim. Beaver with the offensive rebound, and ball is all over the place. Brown has it behind the volleyball line. Gives it to Pinkerton on the right wing. Back over to Brown at the top of the key. Picked up by Moore.
Pinkerton with it. Here with about 30 seconds to go in the first
just
half.
got unguarded in the middle of the paint there.
You know, Pinkerton is more than capable of hitting a mid-range jumper, but I mean, I think they're just going to hold it for the last shot anyway. Brown's going to take some free throws here as Rogers checks in the game for Pinkerton.
First attempt by Brown. Up and through. Brown's second shot is good. Putting the Trojans up 22. 18 seconds left to go in this first half. 37-14 Trojans. Moore gets it over to Montgomery in the corner. Back over to Moore. Montgomery has it back in the right corner. And a wild pass by Montgomery. Herzog gives it over to Brown. Brown will put it up. And rattles around the rim before jumping. Keller will inbound it to Carfault. Carfault will bring it up for the Trojans. Swings it over to Pinkerton. Pinkerton has it on the right wing. He will drive back over to Keller at the top of the key. Gives it to Carfault on the right wing. Attempts to get it to Pinkerton in the post. Pinkerton will pull it back. He'll drive. Carfault gets it to Keller. Keller wants to take the baseline. He will, and he will score on the reverse lay-in. Pretty finish by Keller. Solid defensive possession for the Bulldogs, but an even better offensive possession for the Trojans. Trojans go up 25 here, and about 7:20 left in the third.
Shoop has it. Gets it over to Kripe. Kripe tosses it to Moore. Kripe thinks about a three. Shot fakes, puts up a weird layup, but it goes.
Nice glass work by Price there by the Bulldogs. Elmore with the trailer, backs off. He even take a three, and he won't do it. Carfault swings back over to Keller. Keller has it on the right wing. Pinkerton will drive. He'll put up the finish with the right hand. Nice finish by Pinkerton. Moore brings it up for the Bulldogs. Gives it back to Price. Price will drive. Picked up by Carfault and Pinkerton. Nearly stolen by Brown. It is stolen by Pinkerton. Pinkerton will push. He'll give it over to Brown. Brown thinks about the three. Back to Carfault. Keller thinks about the three on the right wing. Gives it over to Pinkerton in the right corner. Pinkerton will drive. Dishes it over to Elmore. Elmore will spin. He'll put up. And that is stolen by the Bulldogs. Brought up by Price.
Kripe gets it over at Hostetter. And it's going to be another Bulldog turnover. Trojan turnover, Bulldog turnover. And cross-court pass to Keller, and he'll put it up for two. Moore brings it up. Over to Kripe. Back to Moore. Back to Kripe. Back to Moore. Moore to Hostetter in the corner for three. Rolls in and out. And Shoop's going to get the easy two-point layup. Carfault drives. Over to Keller. To Pinkerton, who will go left. Sweet pass. Holy crap.
What a pass by Pinkerton. Threads the needle there. Gives it to Elmore as he converts in the post. Puts the Trojans up 27. 5 minutes here left in the third. 45-18.
Hostetter inbounds it to Moore.
Moore gives it over to Price. Price gives it to Hostetter. Back to Moore on the left wing. Moore crosses over to his left, drives, and he's going to lose the ball. It will be off on the Bulldogs. Elmore will inbound it for the Trojans. Hostetter with the full court pressure. Brown gets it. Elmore gets it into Brown. Elmore picks up the screen. Brown gives it to Keller in the left corner. Keller wants to take the baseline, dishes it off to Elmore, and he'll put it up and put it in. Pretty possession for the Trojans. That'll put them up 29. About 4:22 left in the third. And Moore swings it over to Price. Price has it on the left wing.
Hostetter. Over to Kripe. Kripe step back three. Long. It's going to be rebounded by Brown, who looks to push. Over to Keller in the corner. Thinks about a three. No. Over to Elmore. Over to Waddell. To Pinkerton in the corner. Pinkerton will take it himself. And he gets the layup. Moore brings it up for the Bulldogs. Looking to respond.
Trojans just racking up the points here, blowing this lead out of proportion.
And a block by Waddell will lead to another Trojan layup.
Trojans crossing the 50-point mark early in the third quarter, puts them up.
Trojans really outscoring the Bulldogs here in the third quarter, as the Bulldogs have only scored 4 points so far.
Sitting on a 33-point lead. More than comfortable lead for the Trojans.
Okay, listen. What's the one thing Hoosiers like more than race cars? More than tenderloin sandwiches? I'll tell you, basketball. But not just any brand of basketball. I'm talking about the IHSAA. I'm talking about Indiana high school basketball. This right here is pure basketball. No theatrics, no gimmicks, no hot shots. This is a fundamentals first, team-based, hustle and get after it brand of hoops. This is real deal basketball for real deal basketball fans like you. This is your chance to see the greatest game ever played in its purest form. The IHSAA Boys Basketball Tournament continues this Saturday with a regional round at gyms across the state. Tickets are only $7. The chance to experience Hoosier hysteria live and in person only comes once a year. Don't miss it. The IHSAA Boys Basketball Tournament is proudly presented by the Indiana Pacers and the Indiana Fever.
Moore will drive. He will lose it. Defensive pressure from the Trojans results in a Hostetter three. That'll be an air ball by Hostetter. Elmore inbounds it for the Trojans. Gets it into Brown. Brown will bring it up. Passes midcourt. Swing it over
Brown
to
gets
Keller,
to Keller in the corner.
Gives it over to Elmore. Dishes it off to Pinkerton. Gives it over to Waddell. He'll put up the finish with the left hand, and he will score. Nice finish by Waddell. Another solid offense possession for the Trojans. Price looks to penetrate. Gives it over to Hostetter. He puts up the three, and that'll be in. 2 consecutive air balls for Hostetter.
Montgomery's going to check in the game for Ackard. And Pickard will come in for Hostetter.
Brown brings it up for the Trojans. Nearly, and it is stolen by the Bulldogs. He'll put it up. And what a defensive play by Brown. How about the hands? Manages to not foul. Strips it from him. Quick hands by Brown. Remains Bulldog ball. What a play by Brown. Price will inbound it. Gets it into Moore. Swings it over to Montgomery. Moore has it on the left wing. He will attempt to drive. Gets stuck. That'll be a 3-ball off the front of the rim. Pinkerton with the outlet pass to Keller. Dishes it off to Waddell, and Waddell will finish. Solid offensive production by Waddell. He has came in and given really useful minutes for the Trojans.
That's going to be the first foul of the half. And it's going to come on Pinkerton. Moore go to the line for 2. Moore misses his first attempt.
My mistake.
Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Moore's second attempt is good.
Waddell has on the right wing for the Trojans. He dishes back over to Carfault. He gives it into Herzog on
Waddell
the
takes the
line.
3. Rebounded by Pickard. Gets it to Moore, who'll bring it up for the Bulldogs. Kicks it over to Kripe. Foul's going to be on Carfault. As Rogers game for Pinkerton.
Shoop gets it in to Prickard. And Moore will take the three, and he'll put it in. Oh, Kripe, my mistake. Kripe converts the three-point basket for the Bulldogs, making the score 55-22 Trojans with a minute left in this third quarter.
Waddell at the
thinks
wing.
about the three.
Herzog gets it to Waddell. Waddell's going to put it up. Almost an and one. Waddell will have two at the stripe. Hits his first. And hits a second.
Moore to bring it up for the Bulldogs. He wants to penetrate. Gets a strip by the Trojans. Carfault gives it to Waddell. Waddell wants to push. Gives it to Beaver. Beaver takes a mid-range jumper, and that'll be off the front of the rim for the Trojans. Rebound by Shoop of the Bulldogs. Shoop will bring it up. Proceeds to bring it up for the Clinton Central Bulldogs. Gives it over to Moore. Moore swings it over to Kripe. Kripe thinks about the three. Back over to Moore. Picked up by Carfault. And Kripe will take the three from the corner, and that is off the front of the rim for Kripe. Rebound by Waddell, and Carfault will close out this third quarter for the Trojans. We'll see if he takes his final shot. 3, 2, and Beaver will take the shot off the back of the rim. So your score going into the fourth quarter is the Trojans 57, Bulldogs 22.
Oh. And the Trojans with the commanding lead here. You know, it ain't over till it's over, but it's a pretty big lead they got there, to be honest. So, I mean,
it's quite the deficit.
Unless the Bulldogs can create some sort of run and get something going, this game, I'm afraid.
35-point run.
I mean,
35-0.
It is unheard of. I'll get
35 points, quite the deficit to overcome. And I'm not going to call the game right now, but I mean, highly unlikely.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Prickard will pass it in for the Bulldogs. And it appears that Moore will bring it up.
Whiteman
in for the first time tonight. He'll take a three. And wild shot by Whiteman off the right side of the backboard. Keller has it on the left wing, swings it back over to Brown at the top of the key. Gives it to Beaver. Beaver back to Brown. Keller has it back on the left wing, gives it over to Elmore. He'll dish it over to Beaver on the back cut, and he'll put it up, and he'll put it in off the right block.
Beaver's first bucket of the night. Makes it 59-22. Moore over to Kripe. Kripe hands it off to Whiteman. Whiteman to Moore. Gets it inside. Pickard in the corner. Kripe over to Moore. Moore will drive. Put up the layup. No good. Rebounded by Elmore.
It's a nice drive by Moore's.
Just can't finish.
Trouble with the backboard placement. Brown has it on top of the key. Swings it over to Beaver. Beaver will get it over to Keller in the right corner. Gets it to Elmore in the post. Attempts to get it to Herzog, and that's stolen by the Bulldogs. Price will take the three, and that is good. Cutting the lead down to 34. This might be the start of that 35-0 run we were speaking about.
I mean, you never know. You never know.
Never know. Beaver inbounds it for the Trojans, gets it into Brown. Brown crosses midcourt. Lobs it over to Keller. Keller attempts the cross-court pass. Despite the deficit, the Clinton Central fan base maintains its enthusiasm. One thing you cannot take away from these Bulldogs is their fan base.
Yeah, you got to give it to them. They, they're still just as excited as they were at the start of the game at 0-0, even though now the score is 59-25. I mean, they still believe in their Bulldogs, and you have to appreciate that. That's going to be
by the Bulldogs.
Whiteman thinks about a three. He'll drive, kicks it back out to Kripe, who will take a three, and it's going to be good.
6-0 run for the Bulldogs. 31 points to go. 29, my mistake. 31.
Is that a foul on Pickard? Keller gets it into Elmore, who then kicks it to Brown. Back to Keller. Turnover by the Trojans. Beaver throws a tough pass.
Momentum is shifting.
Hard jab step there by Whiteman. Gets it to Moore. Moore will drive, and he puts up a nice flip.
8-0 run there for the Bulldogs. Keller drives, gives it to Elmore. Nearly stolen by Prickard. That'll be out on Prickard, but nice defensive intensity by the Bulldogs. And Alex Rogers will check in for Brown.
Elmore gets it down low to Herzog, who puts up the two-point basket.
Nice finish by Herzog.
Good move indeed.
It's a solid move. Moore brings it up.
Over to Kripe. Whiteman takes it. It's going to be
blocked by Elmore, but that would be a foul on Elmore. As Logan Whiteman will go to the line for two.
I'm not really sure where the foul was there. Looked like a lot of ball, but I will not question the officiating.
Not sure either, but
Whiteman's first attempt is good. That's Elmore and Waddell checking the game. And Elmore and Keller check out of the game. Whiteman's second attempt is good. Waddell will bring it up for the Trojans. Beaver probably could have taken that three there, but he hesitates.
Beaver looks to put up a floater, but nice hands by the Bulldogs as they get the steal and a foul on the Trojans. White one will pass it in. And Ackard, one of the Bulldog starters, will check back in for number 40, Tyler Rail. Moore brings it up. Stolen by the Trojans. Gives it over to Herzog. Herzog puts it up and puts it in. Nice fast break possession by the Trojans. Puts this lead back up to 31.
Moore takes a three, and he hits.
You gotta give it to the Bulldogs. They are not folding. They're not folding.
They're still fighting. Beaver over to Elmore. Elmore turnover. And Moore's going to get the layup.
That cuts the lead down to 26 for the Trojans.
And Ballard decides to put in Keller and Springer. One a freshman, one a sophomore. Both very inexperienced players on the varsity side of things. Ball gets away from Rogers, and it's going to be a foul call on Herzog. Webb checks in the game for Whiteman.
The Trojans, how the Trojans looking right now, we have Duncan Keller, a freshman, in for the Trojans. Calvin Springer, a sophomore. Neil Elmore, a sophomore. Alex Rogers, a senior. And Savion Waddell, a junior. And there is Price with the mid-range jumper, cutting the lead down to 24, 63-39. Trojans, minute 53 here. Bulldogs climbing their way back. Only problem is just shortage of time. Only meager minute 40 left in this game. Trojans nearly lose it again. But Duncan Keller will regain back in the left wing. Gets it over to Springer. Springer thinks about the three. Doesn't take it. Gives it to Keller. Keller with the dump off pass to Rogers. He'll put it up.
And one Alex Rogers.
And one Alex Rogers. And a nice momentum shift for the Trojans.
Montgomery's going to check in the game here for Pickard.
Nice finish there by Riders.
Rattles in and out.
Fails to convert the three-point play. Price brings it up for the Bulldogs. He'll cross midcourt, picked up by Rogers. He'll take the three. Rattles in and out. Duncan Keller with the vicious block out. What a job by Keller. Blocking out number 22, Jordan
Lunsford ends up on his back. That was going to be on Keller.
Gets it into Lunsford. Price has it in the right corner. Nearly stolen by Duncan Keller, and that'll be out on Keller. Bulldogs maintain possession. Price gets it into Lunsford. Stolen by Neil Elmore, and Keller will bring it up for the Trojans. I can imagine the Trojans are just going to try to run this clock out. I believe that's the case. 50 seconds here left in this game. Waddell gives it back to Keller, and Keller will score the three-point shot. How about Duncan Keller with the three-point conversion to put the Trojans up 27 here with 30 seconds left in the game. The freshman coming in for the Trojans and scoring. Springer gets the rebound. That'll do it. Trojans with their...
that clock still hasn't struck 0.
Valid point, Jordan. The clock has not yet struck 0.
I'd just like to point that out to you.
If they can put together a 27-0 run in the next 11 seconds, then by golly, they deserve to win state.
"30-second timeout."
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah.
And thank you.
High school sports.
Elmore will pass it in to either Keller or Waddell to simply just run the clock out here to seal this sectional championship. 3, 2, 1, and there's the game. Trojans win 68-39 against the Clinton Central Bulldogs, and that seals the Trojans' 5th consecutive sectional championship. They will advance to the regional at Frankfort High School, taking place next Saturday at 10 a.m. Now, this may have been the championship game, but that Central Catholic game was essentially the championship game.
That was the big one. That was the one that got the Trojans here. They knew that they were going to have, that was going to be a dogfight of a game.
Oh, definitely.
And they ended up coming out on top and essentially gives them the sectional championship. So,
nonetheless, they came here tonight and they did what they must.
What are your thoughts going into the regional?
Going into this regional, Trojans capable to beat just about every team in this 1A state bracket. They must maintain their poise. They must maintain everything they have as a team, their integrity, tenacity, my mistake, but they have the potential to cap their first regional championship in about 20 years now almost. What about you, Jordan?
I think we know that we're a very good team, and I think it's important that we go into every game knowing and recognizing, no matter how tough of a season the opposing team has had, what their record is, that we go into every game thinking that, we just can't walk into every game thinking that, we're just going to blow that team out. We have to have a good mindset, a positive attitude towards that game, and this team will go a long way.
Just must perform to their full potential. They perform to their full potential. They can do great things this year.
We would like to thank all of you for tuning in to the sectional championship tonight, and we're proud to announce that the Covington Trojans come out on top. And when the first regional game is next Saturday, you say?
About 10 a.m. at Frankfort High School.
Well, that'll be the next time you see us at Frankfort High School. First game of the regional. Thank you all.